So, the AirPods 4, are they worth it in 2025? But these are my daily drivers, the AirPod Pro 2s. I've had them for about 1.5 years now, and I'll just be comparing the 4s against them in my daily use. So, here we go. So what the box looks like, it's just a square box. Let's get them opened up here. Of course, you have your box of papers there, box of scraps. Just kidding, it's fine. And there they are. So that's what they look like nestled in there. I've obviously already pulled off the little paper wrapping around them that Apple does. Well, there they are. First impressions is that they are very small. The package is very, very small. It fits into my hand. With the AirPod Pro 2s, you can see side by side, it's thinner. It's the exact same height and width, but it is shorter. So they're basically a perfect square. So opening them up, again, impressions, they're very small. They look very clean. And the capacitor light, you can see, is just underneath there. So when it turns off, the light goes away. It's all flat, the light goes away. See? There's no button on the back or anything, and you got their speakers there, so you can find your AirPods more easily. So let's test what they fit and what they feel like in the ear. So I stick them in my ear. They obviously just sit in the ear just with gravity and the fact that they just kind of fit in there. Let's throw one of my Pro 2s in the other ear. And so as you can see, you got the grills. From the outside, they actually look pretty much the same. If you're walking down the street wearing the 4s, no one would be able to know that you didn't have the Pros. So if you're a brokey, if you're a college student, and you're just buying these for social status, which I guess some people do, these will suffice. Your friends will not know that you're poor. But they fit in the ear pretty well. In my experience, these fit in my ear pretty well. Just my ear shape is good for them. Some people really hate them with the ear shape. It just matters the size of your ear. I feel like I have fairly big ear canals on the Pro 2s. I feel like I have pretty big ear canals. I've been rocking the largest ear tips on the Pro 2s for a while now because they just fit in my ear, I feel like, the best. They give me the most comfortable fit. So these fit pretty well in my ear. As you can see, they just sit in there, and they're pretty much indistinguishable from any other of Apple's AirPods. Okay, the next most important thing that everyone's curious about, of course, is the noise cancellation. That's something that's important with these. That's why I was curious to try them. Because, of course, how can you do active noise cancellation when you don't have any seal? You don't have any ear tip. There's nothing really sealing out the outside noise. And so there's no way to know if you can really get a good noise cancel. First impressions, just me talking. The pass-through mode, the transparency mode, whatever you call it, sounds great. It sounds very clear. I don't feel any sort of tinniness with my voice. It sounds very natural. But for now, I'm going to write that off to the fact that these are open back, which means there's no real seal to them. Things can come through, noise can come through. They're not closed off, they're not sealed off. And so obviously if you have a transparency mode, I assume some of this noise comes through, but I think a lot of noise also just comes around. And so it sounds very natural. With the noise cancellation, though, that's another thing. That's what I was curious about. So let's go ahead and hit the noise cancellation. It sounds like things come down a little bit, but I'm going to play some noise on my phone just to check. Let's see. There we go. So we got some white noise going. I have to raise my voice a little bit because I got it going pretty loud. Right now I'm on transparency mode, so I can hear it through. I can hear it through the transparency mode pretty well. Let's do the noise cancellation. Interesting. It still sounds kind of loud, but not as loud. So let's go back to transparency. Pause that. On the Pro 2s, these guys, when you put it into noise cancellation mode, the sound goes immediately. It is very quick. It is a loud, quiet, very quick. With these, it felt more gradual. It felt like at first I was noticing a little bit of a change, and then it got a little bit more powerful over time. I don't know if that has to do with it adjusting or taking time to identify the sounds and do the active noise cancellation, but it seemed like it was a little bit more gradual, so that's interesting. I would definitely qualify it more as noise reduction than noise cancellation. We all know how Apple is about their words. Everything has to be noise cancellation, active noise cancellation. They're not going to let the words get away from them. So of course they're going to call it noise cancellation, but so far it looks like noise reduction. Let's see how that holds up in my tests in the real world. So here we go. AirPods 4, fourth generation of their flagship base model AirPods. Let's see how they do in the real world. I'm going to use them for a day. I'm going to do all the things, the noisy things, and we'll see how they work. All right, I used them for a whole day. Let's see if I was right. So first off, I did struggle with the pressure that I described earlier, the ANC pressure. I don't notice it when there's music, but sometimes with my Pro 2s, when I have my music in, if I pause my music or if I pause a video and there's nothing playing in my ears, but the noise cancellation is still on, I just don't notice. It's like wearing earplugs. I don't notice that there's pressure in my ears. It doesn't make me feel nauseous. But these, however, I noticed it. And that's one of the biggest issues I think I had with them, is that if there was nothing playing in my ears, no music, no sound, no video, it was really hard to not feel nauseous because I could notice that active noise cancellation. I think it's just because my brain could notice the difference between the cancellation in the ears versus the real outside world noise. And so that was hard. So if I had these in for too long and I wasn't playing anything, I noticed it and it made me have a little bit of a headache, and so I would put them away. The sound quality sounds good. My problem is, since again they are open, there is a lot of loss around the high ends and the low ends. And so things like bass, especially that pressurized feeling of bass, that if you get a really bassy song, a good song. My go-to song for checking out bass is, shout out to Airpods, learned this from him, but it is Doing It Right by Daft Punk. And so I tried those out, and I just feel like that bass there, and then the high ends are lost on both sides. I guess they leak out. And so that nice pressurized bass that feels like you're just feeling it in your chest when that bass hits, that comes with something closed like the AirPod Pros 2 or any other closed silicone earbuds, was lost here. And so the music tended to feel a little bit more shallow. Another thing is that they did in fact start to hurt my ears for a while they were in there. Overall, my consensus is they are good, they're solid daily drivers, but for me, I have a hard time using them as consistently and for as long of a period of time as the Pro 2s. Positives though, they're a lot cheaper, upwards of $100 cheaper depending on your model. They're smaller, they disappear in your pocket completely, and they do sound good. So my final consensus is, as a college student, if you're looking for something cheap, something reliable, and you're not too picky about your music, but you just like listening to something, you just like listening to your music in the gym, you like listening to podcasts, you don't use your headphones too much, these would be great for you. If you're like me, who likes more of a consistent experience, who uses them for longer periods of time, and who really, really values the overall sound of your music, you might come up a little bit short. And for me, I still feel like the extra money to get the Pro 2s is worth it for me. So comment what you think you're going to get, if you're going to get them, or if you're just going to wait out for the Pro 3s. The Pro 3s are great, I'm sure. I'm hoping to be able to get to those. This is my first video of this type. If you'd like to see more, please comment what you liked. Please subscribe. I would love to make more stuff like this. I love tech. I love all these things. So let me know.